Hey guys, thanks for coming back. I just saw Prisoners with Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal. This is With the K Review. I'm Victor. Sit back, relax. I really don't know what comes after that.
With a K Review! It's VIC?
No, it's with a K.
Oh.
So I decided last night when I was writing this review that I was not going to make Wolverine jokes about Hugh Jackman in this movie, even though at the beginning of the movie he totally sounds like Wolverine as he's narrating the Lord's Prayer. I'm just saying. And I also decided, like, since every other reviewer out there is making fun of Jake Gyllenhaal's character being called Detective Loki and comparing him to Loki from Avengers, that I will not do that. So this movie Prisoners is directed by Denis Villeneuve, and if I'm pronouncing that wrong, like I do a lot of things on this show, I'm sorry. Please let me know in the comments below if you know how to actually pronounce that guy's last name. But for the time being, I'm just going to call him Denis. So Denis actually directed a movie called Incendies back in 2011, but that movie actually got an Academy Award nomination for the Best Foreign Language Feature. So I was wondering if any of you guys see that movie, comment below again, just let me know if that movie's worth it and if you would like to see me review it on the show. So in this movie you do have the basic plot of Hugh Jackman and Maria Bello having their kid taken. And you know what? Maria Bello, I don't know about you guys, but every single time that I see her on screen, I swear, she looks just like Sharon Stone. In fact, when I went to the movie, I was like, hey, Sharon Stone! And it's not Sharon Stone, it's Maria Bello. But I don't know why I'm more partial to Sharon Stone. No idea. Now, the other couple in the movie is played by Terrence Howard and Viola Davis. Now, Viola Davis, I haven't seen a whole lot of stuff that she's been in, but she has gotten quite a bit of awards and stuff for she's done. I know she was in The Help, and I think she got an Academy Award nomination and a win for that one. Now, when this movie starts out, it does start out with the kidnapping right away. After that happens, this movie starts to take some interesting twists and turns, and things start to happen that I understand, and then things start to happen that I didn't understand so much. One of the things that I understood at the end of the movie was Jake Gyllenhaal's character, Detective Loki. And I really liked his character of Loki. You know, he's a cop, he's badass, but you never really know who that guy is. You don't understand who Detective Loki really is. He has some really crazy tattoos, goes up to his boss, he's like, go F yourself. You don't really know why he's like that. He gives like a few points in the movie where you understand who he is, but for the most part, by the end of the movie, you don't know a whole lot about Detective Loki. The other character in this movie that does drive it is Hugh Jackman. And Hugh Jackman in this movie, I have never seen somebody lose his shite as much as Hugh Jackman did in this movie. There are scenes with him and Detective Loki that was just awesome. I mean, there was one scene literally that kind of went like this. Find my daughter now!
Calm your tits.
Okay. Can I have a hug?
Hell no!
Now, I do feel like there are things in this movie that are going to divide people, especially when it comes to the twists and the turns that happen in the movie. And it specifically has to do with the first twist that happens when Loki is looking for information. When that first twist happens, I mean, like, I was in the theater and I was like, wow, that's like a 1 in a million times, whatever, to actually find that. And as real life situations go, I really don't know if you would have found that particular piece of information that really kind of drove the entire story along. But as I kept watching the movie, I realized that I really didn't mind the ride that I was going on, because the twists and the turns that happened after that, I really started to like bring myself really more into the movie and trying not to really figure out what was going to happen, but just like kind of let the movie take me on the ride. Even though this movie is like 3 hours long, I really didn't feel like I was sitting in the chair for like 3 hours. I felt like I was watching a movie, I was actually enjoying all the characters, and really there was one thing in this movie that really kind of jumped out and really kind of made me kind of focus more on it. And it has to do with the character Alex Jones, who's played by Paul Dano. He really doesn't have a whole lot of talking in the movie. He has like maybe 3 or 4 lines that he does say, but the things that he does do in the movie is like his character just being there. When you look at him, you're like, wow, this guy is really getting the crap kicked out of him by Wolverine. There's even this one scene with Paul Dano, Hugh Jackman, and Terrence Howard. It happens in a bathroom. I think that is like the most intense scene that I saw in the movie. I mean, it was better than all the interactions that he had with, Detective Loki. That scene in the movie, it was just like, I actually made that sound in the theater, by the way, In the end, I really did enjoy seeing this movie. I enjoyed all the characters. I enjoyed the people who played those characters. I really thought that some of the twists and the turns in the movie shouldn't have been so blatant. I do think some people are going to be able to predict what happens towards the end of the movie. For me, I was like sitting there and I was like, what is going on? What is going to happen? Oh! Even when the movie ended, there were a lot of people in the theater that were like talking to each other. They were trying to figure out certain little key points in the movie that they might have missed. And that's what really, makes this movie special, is because when you get done watching a movie like this, and you have to ask the person next to you, what was this, what was that, you're not, confused or angry, you just want to know what's going on. And that's what this movie does. It really kind of digs down deep just a little bit, and that's why I'm going to give this movie a 4K review. I think that you guys should go see this in theaters at any price. Make sure you're willing to invest about 3 hours worth of time watching it. And make sure when it comes out on video, make sure to rent it. And when it comes streaming, you know what? This is definitely one that you need to kick up into the top 5. And thanks guys for watching my show. I really do appreciate all the viewers and subscribers that I do have. Make sure to click over here on the posters if you want to watch any of my past reviews. And you know what? I got a question. Click your keys, CYK. Tell me, do you really like movies like this that are kind of sometimes blatant with, their plot points? Or do you like a movie that's really mysterious and at the end you don't really know what happened? Tell me the favorite mystery movie that you had in the comments below. And remember, never forget, if you don't like what you're watching, you can always turn it off. Thanks guys.